I'm not wearing any pants. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I actually am. What's up, guys? Player One Gaming here. Uh, Today again, another thing I'm talking about is Michigan football. This is not really like a preview for against Western, this Saturday, but this is basically talking about what the frick was that? All right, I'm not sure what that was. Any reason to worry about Western Michigan? Whew. After losing to Notre Dame last week, Michigan football hosts Western Michigan this Saturday as a 4-touchdown favorite. Is there any reason to worry? Well, if they're a 4-touchdown favorite, I would say no. But let's read what they say. After a tough loss to Notre Dame last Saturday, you keep reminding me. It's your favorite thing to do is keep reminding me. This Michigan football team is set to have its home opener at the Big House this week with Western Michigan come to Ann Arbor. It will be the first time the Broncos have paid a visit to Michigan football since Brady Hoke's debut in 2011 when U of M crushed Western Michigan 34-10 in a weather-shortened affair. This time, U of M is favored heavily to do something similar, entering the game as a 28.5 favorite. Traditionally, outside of when Rich Rodriguez was the coach, Michigan has dominated teams from the MAC, or the MAC, I should say. And while there shouldn't be too much concern heading into Saturday, the Broncos do boast an offense that totaled 621 yards of total offense in a season opening 55-42 loss to Syracuse. And it's okay. The Broncos were 6-6 last season after reaching the Cotton Bowl in 2016. They didn't go a bowl game, but the offense looks dynamic again under head coach Tim Lester. John Wazink is back at quarterback. Did I say Tim? I meant John. John Wazink is back at quarterback after throwing 14 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions a season ago. He was limited to 8 games due to injury in 2017, but against the Orange last Friday, he looked just fine, throwing for 379 yards and 3 touchdowns, although he was picked off twice. Dwayne Eskridge is another name to watch. He was the Broncos' leading receiver in 2017 and caught 8 passes for 240 yards against Syracuse. Really? Did you have to pop up right there? The 5'9" receiver. Wow, he's shorter than me. Also caught 2 touchdowns. Levante Bellamy also ran for over 100 for Western Michigan, and fellow wide receiver Jaden Reed hauled in 7 receptions for 121 yards. Defensively, the Broncos looked pretty poor against Syracuse, giving up more than 500 total yards and more than 300 on the ground. That should bode well for Karan Higdon in the Michigan offense, and even though Western Michigan does have some explosive players, I would expect a salty Wolverines defense to hold them in check. Obviously, the 21st ranked Wolverines didn't play well enough last week to overlook anyone, and the reality is that with their conference schedule, a slip up against Western Michigan or Southern Methodist University could make getting to a bowl game a challenge. I know that sounds ridiculous, but with losable games, what is wrong with me? But with losable games in Big Ten play against Nebraska, Northwestern, Maryland, Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, nothing can be taken for granted. It's imperative for Michigan football to build momentum on both sides of the ball this week, but especially on offense. That group has 2 weeks to fine-tune things before Big Ten play. Shea Patterson needs to grow and improve along with his offensive line and young playmakers. All in all, as a Michigan fan, I wouldn't be too worried about losing this game. However, that doesn't mean it's not important. The Wolverines need momentum, and only a blowout win will deliver. It. So, no, really don't worry about the game too much. I mean, I really didn't worry about it in the first place. I mean, obviously, if we lose, I'm going to be worried for our next game, or if we just look bad, I'm gonna, I hopefully, my dog is barking. Hopefully, hopefully we look really good. I mean, honestly, I don't care, to be honest with you. After last week's loss, it's hard to care about winning against Western Michigan. Unless, a big win in the Big Ten would definitely make me feel better slightly. So, yeah, I think this is a really short video, only 5 minutes. I feel like I should go on longer, but I'm not because I've got nothing else. There's not very much news. Like there was a lot of news leading up to like the season and um like the Notre Dame game and stuff, but ever since the season started, there hasn't been really anything to talk about. So, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.